KO in front of President Trump. That's got to be like top 1, 2, 3 moments of life.
I gave him a little golf swing, and I asked him what he thought, and he was like, "We'll work on it. We'll work on it." So, you know.
Fight, fight, fight. The 3 most iconic words said in modern American culture by President Trump after getting hit in the head by an assassin's bullet, blood streaming down his face, fist raised in the air. And this is the message he wanted to tell the American people: keep fighting. Now, some people took that very personally and seriously. One of them is Bo Nickal, a fighter by birth and right, raised in Rifle, Colorado, Wyoming, and Texas. Nickal was a natural fighter, a natural grappler. He was a high school wrestling phenom, going on to wrestle at Penn State University, winning 3 NCAA national championships. Bo Nickal began his UFC career with a perfect 7-0 record, suffering his first loss in May with a brutal knee to the body that led to a technical knockout in Des Moines. Nickal said that he's taking the loss well and will return to competition in 1 week at Madison Square Garden, where he may be fighting in front of the undisputed champion himself, President Trump. President Trump is a massive fan of Bo Nickal. Both fighters respect each other, game respect game. Bo Nickal is also a massive fan of Charlie Kirk and has showed up at Turning Point events in order to honor the late Kirk, who he respected dearly. As Bo Nickal prepares for his next fight, we decided to join him in Miami for a little bit of training, where I immediately got my ass kicked.
In an MMA fight, one of the best things you can do is punch and take down at the same time. Throw some fakes, move around. I'm gonna throw the left hand, punch, right? As you block it, I'm stepping to the middle. I'm gonna drop and finish with a double leg. Bringing them all the way down to the ground. Pretty good, 1-1. Set him down nice.
I was like, I'm in the air. I'm in the middle of the air. Okay, all right.
We're flying through the air now. On the cage, good.
Oh!
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
What shit hurts the most?
Oh, you know what's funny? Most people on the outside would think like, oh, getting punched in the face, getting knocked out. It doesn't really hurt when you get hit in the head, but you get hit in the body or you get kicked in the calf, hurts. You get hit in the face, you don't really feel it. So,
really?
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
So shin is the worst.
Yeah.
Body is the next?
Calf, liver, those do a lot of damage.
Final question.
Yeah.
KO in front of President Trump. That's got to be like, you know, we saw you up on the chains, right?
Yeah.
You know, Trump had just won, right?
Yeah.
What is that? What was that like for you? That's got to be like
Yeah.
top 1, 2, 3 moments of life.
I go out, I get in the cage, and I see Dana White and President Trump right there, and I'm like, oh, all right, like, how's it going? To like have the support and love from the president is like such an unbelievable feeling, and to do that in front of him is like, you know, I'll never forget that. One of the best moments of my life. After my last fight, I gave him a little golf swing, and I asked him what he thought, and he was like, we'll work on it, we'll work on it. So, you know.
So you just knock a guy out, there's 40,000 people screaming,
Yeah.
Trump's right there, and he's critiquing your golf swing.
Yeah, he's critiquing it, but if anybody's gonna critique it, you know, I'll take his tips. So I've played golf with him a few times, and he's legit. So
After this humiliation, it was time to talk about what fight culture means to Bo Nickal and where young American men should be finding their inspiration. It was a remarkable conversation. Here we go.
Why do this? Because a lot of people are like, wait a second, look at those cauliflower ears. Have you broken your nose?
I don't even know.
How many times? Yeah. There has to be something deep within you, in your DNA, in your bones,
For sure.
right? That drives you, that says, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go be a warrior.
Yeah, with my lifestyle and the path that I'm on, you know, there's ups and downs, there's good days, bad days, and I ask myself that question a lot. It's like, wow, like this is really hard, and I'm getting hit in the head a lot, and like, why am I doing this? And I think it really, for me, comes down to the fact that God has instilled just like a passion and an enthusiasm for it, and even in the hard times, the difficulties, you know, losing a fight or a tough training session, or I feel like tired as could be because I'm working 5-6 hours a day, and like through that, there's something that like keeps pulling me back because I love challenging myself, and I think I've been given gifts that are unusual, and I feel like I want to honor those as best I can. When you love something, that doesn't mean that it's always fun and it's always sunshine and rainbows. It means that through the hard times, you just keep pursuing it and stay consistent, and it's been instilled in me since I was young, and it's not like even a choice. It's like, I have to do this type of thing.
When you love something, it's not like sunshine and rainbows, as you said. It's not rivers of chocolate. And like, that's like having a family.
Yeah.
Like loving your wife, like being in love with your wife and then your children. Like it's actually like, the purpose of love is to love them through all of the hard things. Otherwise, you just bail, right?
Yeah.
And you got a wife and kids.
Right.
Right? And this has got to be like the driving motivator.
Totally. It's a huge motivator for me. And you know, we were talking earlier, and I mentioned to you that being a good husband and a good dad is infinitely more important to me than being a great fighter. And you know, it's not to say that being a great fighter isn't important, but I feel like it's what I do, and it's not who I am as a person. And I've been created in the image of God, just like each and every one of us. And I have the opportunity to be a great husband to my wife, Maddie, and be a great dad to our kids. And I feel like those relationships are just the highest priority to me. And really, fighting is kind of a metaphor for life, because you go through such struggle in the gym, but like, you know, there's real challenges outside. And you know, being a good husband, being a good dad, there's challenges with that. And so I feel like when I train in the gym and I push myself and I'm able to overcome challenges and obstacles, that's like helping set me up for difficulties in real life. You know, I feel very fortunate and very blessed because, you know, I didn't grow up with a lot, but I had what I needed. Like, my parents did a great job of being great examples and providing for me and my sisters.
You want to provide that for your kids?
Yeah, I want to provide that.
That's what you want for your children.
Totally,
right?
totally, yeah.
That's all a kid needs, actually, is a dad who shows up for him.
Yeah, and I think that I struggle with that because I do spend so much time in the gym and training and fighting, and like, I'm down in Florida, my family's back up in Pennsylvania, and that's where in my mind I'm like, I got to make the most of this opportunity. And I think that really, when I'm in here training hard and then I go back home, I'm with my wife and kids, I want to be that much more engaged. Like, that's really why I think fighting is great. And you mentioned it, like the people that are athletes that are disciplined and compete in sports, that's just teaching you and setting you up for real life to be a person of high character and have these, you know, values and be able to make good decisions under pressure, like when things are like really, you know, on the line and important.
Is this your motivation? Like, do you find yourself in the octagon and you're thinking about your family? Do you find yourself thinking about your kids?
You know, it's funny, leading up and everything, it's definitely a huge motivator. Like, training day in, day out, like I do a lot of self-talk, you know, positive self-talk and affirmations and, you know, building my inner monologue and my confidence. When I'm in the cage, it's really just like, I feel my relationship with God like very strong because I feel like He's put me there, right? Wow. Like for a purpose. And so really the overwhelming emotion for me is just gratitude. Like, I'm just so thankful that I get to be there. Like, how many people get to do this? And that's what I tell myself a lot. I'm just like, wow, like I'm so lucky. Like, this is so awesome. And I just focus on having fun.
That's, though, I think, a great message for young men, because you're doing what in our society, our lazy society, our society that preaches comfort. You know, the top thing is comfort. You know, make sure you're really close to that Golden Corral buffet. Make sure that you are on a couch all over weekend. That's what's being preached to men. Mm-hmm. But you are doing what is the hardest thing, one of the hardest jobs in all of society. Everybody would agree with that. And right. Your motivation is your God and your family.
Totally.
And your country.
Yeah.
And these are incredible motivators.
Absolutely. And I think that, you know, that message that's been preached is such an empty message, and it's empty promises. And I didn't always have this mindset. I had to work and learn and listen to other people and be open and experience the highs and lows of competing to be able to realize a lot of these things. And I'm 29 years old now, so I'm still young and I still have so much to learn and so much growth. And so I don't feel like I know everything, but I am very grateful for the lessons that wise men have preached to me. You know, my dad, Coach Cale Sanderson at Penn State, guys that I trust and respect and who, you know, are family men as well. Like, I've had those examples. And so I feel like being open to learning and looking at people who are living a life that you want to live and who are doing things that you want to do, it's such an important thing. And the more that I've gone through the highs and lows of being focused on the wins and losses or the success, like trying to get that, the more I realized like it was empty. Really, like going to church, reading the Bible, my wife keeping me grounded, my kids keeping me grounded, that's what helps me see life and see this world for what it is and not for this like empty message and these lies that are spewed to us. I think more people honestly are starting to trend that direction, like from what I've seen. I think there's good guys, examples like you and Charlie, who have been able to like spread positivity, and there's a wave of young men that want that, which is exciting to me.
Yes, you brought up Charlie. What effect did Charlie Kirk have on your life?
Man, I think that I loved his example as a family man, as a man of God, as a guy who's honest, who stood up for what was right and what he believed in, despite just like an unrelenting opposition. Like, that's so powerful, and he's such a, like, I've got goosebumps right now, like thinking about it, just because of his example. And there's like so much suppression. You can't say that, you can't think that, you can't do this, like this is not cool. Like, he just stood for what was right despite all that. And I just like appreciate that so much. And he's just a great example. And I think that it's so sad, like I just think about like his wife and kids. And you know, obviously I have a wife and kids too. And it's just like, he was taken too soon, but I think that our responsibility now is to like just keep spreading that message and that positivity that he spread, and stand for the truth. So I feel like the people that are really standing on the front lines are you know, those guys. And so, you know, I look up to them, and I think that, you know, people that are serving in the military, like those are the people that are really heroes and really making a difference. For me, I've been given gifts, and I have an opportunity to, I think, spread a positive message because of my platform. But I think there are a lot of people out there that are like doing real work. And so I look at fighting like it's my career, it's a sport, it's my job. And of course I take it serious, and I want to be the best. But there's a big world out there that there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of other people that are doing things that are so much, you know, more important than what I'm doing. But
I mean, everyone's got a role to play. God gives all of us a purpose, right? And we all have a note to play in this beautiful symphony. And what I've noticed is that there has been a remarkable movement of energy, seemingly spiritual energy, after Charlie's death, where people are just being brave and they're like speaking out.
Yeah.
People that would never talk about their relationship with Jesus Christ, like for instance, Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr. Not saying that they don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ. I'm saying that they keep it private.
Right.
This is very much a blue blood kind of way to live, right? You don't really talk about religion.
Right.
But they were there at Charlie's memorial talking about Christ. You've never seen that on any stage anywhere. And that's remarkable. And a lot of people have felt that energy. And given the fact that millions of young men see you, follow you, and admire you, you know, what is your message to them?
my message would be focus on the internal, focus on your relationship with Christ and your faith, and everything branched from that. You know, I think that when you go to church, you read your Bible, you surround yourself with people that are trying to hold you accountable in a positive way and push you forward and get the most out of you, and you do the same for them. I think all the other stuff falls in line. I think the family, the friendships, the work ethic, those things just fall in line. As you mentioned, you know, a lot of people prefer to keep that private, and I respect that. You know, everybody's on their own path and makes their own decisions, but I think now it's time to like stand up for what you believe in, for what we all believe in, and be outspoken about it. I understand, like, you know, wanting to be peaceful and not rub anybody the wrong way, but there's also a thing called tough love, and really what that is speaking the truth and being willing to hold people accountable when they need it. And every time I've got tough love in my life, even if I didn't appreciate it in the moment, you know, look down the road I did.
It's amazing what you just said, because you talk to young people a lot. And I've seen these young guys through the course of years. I've worked with Charlie for 10 years. And some of these young men who seemed lost, and they come up to you at these conferences, and you tell them about how incredible it is to get married, fall in love, have kids, and how that like unlocks something in your DNA. And I tell these kids about that, and that it's important, and then I've been able to see some of them do it. Whatever they wanted in life, like they had found the motivation to go get it. It's incredible to watch. You're from Pennsylvania, and in Pennsylvania, President Trump takes a bullet to the head and he says, fight. That's like the thing he says.
Right.
The whole world would have listened to any word that he says after he stands up, blood on his face, and his word is fight. What do American men need to understand about the value of being willing to fight?
They need to understand that not only is the act of fighting important and inherent in all of us, but we need to have an urgency about it. This isn't something that, you know, we'll push off and push off and push off. What is kind of become natural in the world is just to slip into comfort and mediocrity. Only dead fish go with the flow, right? And so there's a lot of dead fish out there that trick themselves into thinking like, oh, this is important, but it's not urgent. And the reality is it is, because having kids, having a family, for me, it's been so amazing in so many ways, but it's also makes you face the fact of like your imminent mortality. My oldest son's almost 2, and I'm like, where did the last 24 months go? Like, this is insane. And I feel more stressed and worried about keeping them safe and protected and providing for them than I ever have in my life. But I'm also happier than I've ever been in my life. We can't wait for a New Year's resolution or wait till your next birthday or for a sign. Like, get on your horse, like, let's go, you know? And whatever you're pursuing, like, go for it. Like, put on the full armor of God and get after it and live your life, you know? John 10:10 says, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come to give you life so that you may live it to the full. It doesn't mean be negative and, you know, try to hurt others and bring others down. It's fighting for the truth, fighting for peace, for kindness, for lifting others up, lifting up people out of the depths.
When you saw Trump in Pennsylvania, a rally you could have been at. I mean, honestly, the Penn State wrestling team was at a rally with Trump,
you know,
right?
the only reason I wasn't there, I was down here. I was supposed to go, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and
you were supposed to be at Butler.
Yeah, I was down here training, and I ended up, you know, not being able to make it out because I had a fight, but I couldn't believe it. It was just the craziest thing. Having a personal relationship with him and seeing that, first off, it was just like scary and terrifying because that's the President of the United States, and that's a guy that I have a lot of like love and admiration and respect for. After kind of seeing the aftermath and the result of it, so much, again, gratitude, like overwhelming gratitude for like the fact that it could have been a million times worse. It was another just kick in the pants of the problems that we're dealing with right now are urgent. The only people that are gonna figure this out are people that are about the action, you know, are going out and doing it. For me, I get a lot of opportunities to speak on this and speak to other people and talk to kids at clinics and things like that. And there are some people that can affect millions and tens of millions, and President Trump's a guy that has affected billions of people worldwide. Then there's some people that you can affect one person. And in my mind, you know, they're equally valuable.
Now you and Trump have something in common. You both have a little cauliflower.
Right on, yeah.
Right? Bro,
yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
This is great. The golf game,
for sure.
Perfect. You can check it out in Madison Square Garden in a couple weeks.
I know, right?